Hello, Virgos. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Virgos. Let's get into it. Let's see what's in your cards. All right, let's go. Let us see what's in your cards. Happy full moon. It's a harvest moon. I believe it's a harvest moon. I'm pretty sure. Go look it up on Farmer's Almanac. But we have we also have a partial lunar eclipse. So, Pisces, full moon in Pisces. Yes. Don't forget to get your pictures. For those of you all who like to take pictures of the moon and do your full moon rituals. Some people still do full moon rituals. So if you do full moon rituals, have fun. Let's get into it. Talking to you wherever Virgo is in your birth chart, even if you're on the cusp of Virgo. Let's get into it. This is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you if you're interested in a personal reading. Yeah. My information is down below. All right, so here we have Six of Swords. Yeah. So it's two energies that I feel like somebody is just disappointing you. You're traveling light. You're trying to release some baggage. You're trying to, clear your head. This is like when I say Pisces is the I believe sign. You're leaving some energies behind, and you're just moving on to calmer waters. Right here we have the Sun card, and just I feel like you're going to feel joyful and successful. Here we also have the Seven of Cups. Something is trying to tempt you to vibrate on a lower frequency emotionally, right? But sources say, no, keep your vibrations high. Just keep your vibrations high. Things are going to happen fast for you. Like your blessings are going to come faster when you keep your vibrations high. But there's definitely some energies who, that number 6 looks like in the shape of a rounded back with a bulging belly, right? Was definitely trying to cut your abundance and your prosperity in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But sources that get some rest. What you're dealing with are energies who hurt people who like to hurt other people. Here we also have the Ace of Swords here. Instead of reaching down and try to help people up, they like to, hurt people. So, and so sources saying to you, here we have the Ace of Pentacles here. There's a new partnership happening here. It's a new partnership happening here. So definitely some energies are trying to get you to vibrate on a lower frequency. So if you can just keep that in mind. So some kind of a new partnership possibly as it relates to your money. So that could mean a new job. It could mean a new new department. That could be new job, right? New geographical location, new something, right? That maybe you and somebody are possibly moving on to, or just maybe you are just moving on to. But keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations high. As much as you can. As much as you can. Because now the scales have been removed from your eyes. Like somebody had a Kundalini experience or a spiritual awakening, right? So now you're seeing things. You're starting to see things a lot clearer now. Things are starting to, you've been hearing a lot of dark stuff around you. That's why during full moon, I always talk about protecting your energy. If you read your own cards, read your own cards. Even if you're new to reading cards, you're just learning, right? You get more clarity than you realize, right? Pull out that tarot book, right? If you're just learning, right? It's really about confidence. Or schedule a reading with your person who you feel like you feel like you trust getting a reading with someone, right? If you have a favorite reader, so. But I do see you moving on from some things. I see you finally moving on from being around hurt people who like to hurt other people. Yeah, Leo could be involved in something. So I feel like what's happening with you is your meekness. Right, your meekness may have been seen as a weakness for some people, right? But that's because you let Source fight your battles. You don't have to act like you're in the wilderness anywhere. You just let Source fight your battles, right? And so I see you getting some rest. You're not for the mind games and all of this other mess, like the going back and forth mind. You're not even for all of that. So you and somebody will finally, have a breakthrough and just kind of be able to move on, from some things, right? And just like I said, some kind of a new start happening here, right? But again, keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations as high as you can. Yeah. A lot of comparisons going on here. Who's the this? Who's the that? Who's the better parent? who's the better child, who's the better this, who's the better that, who's the, you know, that kind of stuff. Just very, very, you know, trying to mirror your compassion, trying to mirror your, you know, something about you, trying to get you to either get you to mirror something, somebody trying to mirror you. Like I said, bottom line, you're moving on. Waking up from a nightmare. Finally waking up from a nightmare. Here we have Ace of Swords. Yep. Ace of Swords came out twice. Four of Swords came out twice. Yeah. Like I said before, hurt people who like to hurt people. So you'll finally be able to just get some rest. Finally be able to just get some rest. And this could be possibly in your personal and your professional life of just having to deal with those types of spirits. You know, dogmatic and prideful, very arrogant, you know, want people to be in wilderness situations, you know, whatever kind of situation it is. Like once you just in survival mode, right? Comparing this, comparing that, trying to get you upset, trying to get you angry, trying to get you to be reactive, all that kind of stuff. So it's like, you don't need to clear the air. Move on. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Let's see what else. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Ace of Wands here. So your third eye is definitely wide open. We have the Seven of Wands. Excuse me. Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, King of Wands, Star card, and then also the Justice card, right? Ace and Six, Seven again. Seven again. Likes the sevens. Seven, four sevens, right? So seven. It's four, you know. Something is, like I said, is just becoming clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer to somebody. You know, like this somebody likes to compare themselves to everybody. Like I said, it's a particular type of spirit. The more and more you're around certain people, you'll hear it. All they like to do is compare themselves to everybody. It's like they're into like that dark stuff. Like, oh, I'm better than they are. I'm this, I'm that. I'm so on and so on and so forth. It's just not like nothing in common. It's just like always just this. It's just toxic. So here we have the Star card here. Here we have the Justice card here. And then also the King of Wands here. So it really is about just kind of sort of, you know, whoever's in survival mode. Somebody could just be in survival mode. Just always just kind of, like I said, just ready to pounce on something. Competing and comparing with everything, right? So, yeah. So you're not going to do an injustice to yourself, even being contaminated by those type of energies. Your water being contaminated by those energies. At all. Yep, 7, 7. Yeah, 7, 7. Yeah, so it's 2. You're not even going to be, you know, you're moving on. King of Wands here. And you're praying and moving on. Praying and moving on. Yeah, because we know that the sun is a star and everybody has a sun sign. Everybody has purpose on planet Earth. And so when you come into contact with people who just want to, you know, this parent is the better parent, you know, or this parent, this was the better child of the two, or the better, you know, I would have done something different. I would have done such, like people, even, I mean, just like I said, it's just toxic, just very toxic. Workplace, personal, professional life, very toxic. Somebody else would have done a better job. Okay, all right. Well, then that's where you need to choose. that's what people need to choose. You feel like somebody do better, then go with them. Go with them. So yeah, that's where the breakthrough comes in, is that you may be asking motive. Like, what is the motive? What's the reason why there's just so much like Why does somebody keep competing so much with somebody? Like, what is it? What is the problem? It's something that's internal. That's something like, what is going on? So here we have the Two of Wands. So I see tons of opportunities coming across your path. I see you moving on from something. Two types of energies you're moving on from. There's one energy in particular that just likes to hover, like hover over people and just watch every little thing people are doing. Because again, they just in survival mode. Why are they competing against somebody that at some point they say they loved, right? And so head and heart at war. They somebody they love. They gotta hover over something. So if it's your ex or somebody who is hovering over, if y'all got kids or whatever, they got hovering over the kids, constantly comparing you. At one point, there's they're comparing all of this stuff. It's just saying what. Yeah. Anyway, you're gonna feel like you have a whole new lease on life. Yep, somebody is gonna feel like they have a whole new lease on life. Just again waking up from a nightmare. Waking up from a nightmare. That's where, like I said, that's the breakdown, just the breakthrough, for you and somebody just kind of waking up, Yeah. Just waking up. Just waking up. Let's see what else we got. Virgos. Let's see. Taking a leap of faith and leaving some energies behind. No more the bait and switch. Feeling like it's a David and Goliath situation. You just moving on from some stuff. Just moving on, right? I feel like somebody could have been, like I said, somebody could have been hovering and watching every little thing that somebody else is doing and making everything about them. So somebody says something, they make everything about them. I don't know who this is for, right? So, for example, let's say you're in the workplace and that's why a lot of people say, don't let people know in your workplace, like, that's why some people have their private social media pages or whatever. Because if you're posting something that you're trying to be inspired by for yourself, let's say something like post something like you only live once, or let's say because there's so much fire here, like let's say for instance, your colleague or somebody confides in you about, it's a sacred relationship. They confide in you about leaving a narcissist, for instance, or somebody who, they just feel exhausted when they think about being around those types of energies. You could be in a relationship with somebody that you could be posting something to encourage and empower somebody, and all of a sudden somebody from your past will make something about them. You're talking about them, you thinking about them, that's just exhausting, because it's like I said, you don't even need to clear the air. You don't even need to clear the air, because you're dealing with that. Those are mirroring spirits. That you don't even need to clear the air. You don't even need to clear the air. When you're in sacred relationships with energies, they're not making every little thing about them. They're not making everything about them. So it's saying you're learning how to continue working hard, and you're moving on from something. Finally, you're moving on from something. Finally. You're saying you're not falling for the old bait and switch anymore. Here we have the Eight of Pentacles here. Yeah, so some new seeds are being planted. Some brand new seeds are being planted. Yeah, some new seeds are being planted. Here we have the Four of Pentacles here. Yeah, because somebody that they make everything, literally everything about them. No matter what it is, it's like they're just obsessed with something. Just vain and vengeful, green with envy, make everything about them. So if you're in the workplace and your colleague confides in you in something and you're trying to help somebody feel better about something, and if you're on social media or whatever, you post some like uplifting or something that you feel like is going to really help somebody, or whatever the case may be, you find there's tons of material that's posted out there to help people. Somehow, if you have somebody in a leadership position, they're going to somehow make it, oh, I know they're talking about me, okay, because, they somehow always bring the conversation back around to them. They just in the know that that's you. You're making something about them. So it's just saying, no. Mm-mm. So that's why you pulling the sword out. That's why you're just saying enough is enough. Somebody's just saying enough is enough. Because they can't control you directly, they're trying to control how everybody thinks about you. Because they're saying, oh, they familiar. We talking about fire here. They're familiar spirit. They're familiar with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? They know you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. If it's something y'all had to go to court for something or whatever, a car accident or whatever, something y'all had to go to court for. They so familiar with you. They so, I mean, but constantly just always in this survival mode, combative, this kind of energy. So it's just exhausting after a while. So this is you being more conservative with your time. You don't even want to be bothered. You don't even want to be bothered at all. You're just waking up from some nightmares of your own. You don't even want to be bothered. Don't know who it's for, Virgos, but yeah, you and somebody else are waking up from just like either you. I saw this one time before in your reading. Either you and somebody going through parallel universes, or this could be happening in your personal and professional life, or some situations that you just said, you're starting to learn how this learn spirits, like really learn spirit, really analyze. Here we have the 3 of Pentacles here. Something about music, because we see this keyboard here. Something about music. Maybe something is music to your ears. Maybe music connects you with somebody. Maybe y'all share, music in common, or something y'all have in common, right? But here's a 4 and 3 of Pentacles here. Like I said, some brand new seeds are being planted here. Some new seeds are being planted here, which is a good thing. But 7 of Swords, yep. So Source is saying to you, just you have to put a strategy together. Just be a little bit more strategic, because something is closing out. And so on the other side, you're not even going to be asking why anymore, because now it's just obvious. Something is obvious that some energies make, no matter what you say. You can say peanut butter and jelly, and somebody is going to say, oh, I know they meant to offend me, because I used to have a nut allergy, and somebody know. Like, who in the world knew somebody had that? So Source is saying somebody is trying to control, what other people think of you. Or think of somebody else, for that matter. So, don't even do an injustice to yourselves. Just go ahead and cut ties. Don't even do an injustice to yourself. Yep. Same energies as talking about other people behind their back. Bring the same energy to you, talking about you behind yours. So, that's not the frequency that you're on. So again, speaking of believing things, somebody is going to go back to we have a full moon in Pisces, and that's like that's water energy, right? So somebody's gonna go back to start believing in something else, like believing in the sacrifices that your ancestors, because you got a lot of them around you, right? Believing in the sacrifices that your ancestors made for you, since Neptune is currently retrograde. So somebody's now starting to shift. Like, okay, I can't believe I gave so much energy and time to something. Like that was like smacked right in my face. like somebody had just set a red flashing light, a red flag or something right in somebody's face. But anyway, so Source is just saying to you, you've been there before. Like, you've been there where people smiled in your face and talked about you behind your back, so you already know. So it's like you and somebody were going through, like I said, parallel universes, just that constant, listening to that constant comparison. Better parent, better child, better this, who looks this and that. Like, just after a while, it's just like, okay, oh my God. Just woo and child. So anyway, so let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we have. So yeah, so that's what your mind is going to shift back to, like, okay, your ancestors. they believed in something. They believed in something, and this is where you are right now. So something having to do with, like somebody believed in love, like somebody believed in like agape love, right? They believe in, finding what you have in common with people. That's what somebody is like. When we talk about heart chakra, we talking about what you have in common, finding a connection with people. Like, what is the connection with people? It's not a comparison, competing. What connects you with another human being? And for this instance, it could be music for somebody. So somebody saying you done being a little bit more conservative with your time when you're sitting around listening to dark stuff about people. Just dark magic. Somebody putting a dark spell on you. All right, let's see what else we have. Let's see. Dance around your home as if no one is watching. Somebody's in a crisis. Treat yourselves to a spa day, but everything in moderation. Throat chakra cleanse. But you're healing from the pain that some energies caused you. And you have a new attitude, a whole new attitude, right? Your inner child is very proud of you. But do the mirror work. It's time to do the mirror work. Time to do a root chakra cleanse. You inspire some people to heal, right? So you have the gift of precognition. That's foreknowledge, and let go and let God, right? You are who they prayed for, and somebody misses you. Somebody really, really misses you. And make room for a new blessing. So whoever misses you could be your kids, it could be grandkids, it could be somebody who really loved you, but so much dark magic was put on them about you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. All this competing, comparing. It was just like driving everybody connected to them crazy. Like, why is Virgo? And again, I'm talking to you wherever Virgo is in your birth chart, not just your sun sign. Okay, so wherever, even my cross watchers. It was so much stuff being said like about you. You're just wondering like, what is the motive? What's the reason? But remember, that's a particular spirit. So it has to be in a particular environment, like in a very poisonous environment. It has to be in a poisonous environment. Something that you've just outgrown, and something had you to outgrow that environment. Like maybe it's like after you have kids or something, or somebody did something or said something to your kids or grandkids where somebody compared them or competing and all of this stuff with them. For you like, oh, that's very immature. I remember how that felt. Something about something for somebody caused somebody to just get as far away from certain energies as possible. Like, don't even want to be around just toxic, just that kind of toxicity. But so anyway, somebody really misses you, and so you're healing from the pain that some energies caused, right? They were very vain and vindictive, very jealous, kind of energies of you. Whatever they did, to you, you're trying to heal from that kind of pain. But it's also helping you to understand how, when you're dealing with those same type of spirits, that's what Source wants you to understand, Virgo, is that other people have had to deal with those same types of spirits as well. And you're like, okay, it makes perfect sense now. Now it makes perfect sense. Some people make literally, I don't care what you say, you can say that it's raining outside and they're going to sweep it down. You talking about them in a negative light, like in a negative way. If there's somebody resents you that bad, why are they stalking your social media page? Why are they hovering over you in the workplace? Why are they asking everybody every little thing that you're doing, what every move you make, trying to align people around you to get even more familiar with what the familiar spirits, trying to get people, to warm up to you fast, all of this stuff, just obsessed. Trying to listen to every little thing that you're doing. Like, what in the world? So check your request list again. Whatever you requested, you may need to check that again. So somebody wants to call you, but they haven't changed. Yep. So somebody wants to call you, but they haven't changed. So it could be somebody that I don't know who. Surrender to the divine. Yeah. Full moon. Surrender to the divine. To your highest selves. Right? Keep it on the throne. I'll make sure these Moonology cards are together. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Any other messages from the Moonology cards? Yeah. A new romantic cycle begins for somebody. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, a new romantic cycle begins for somebody, which is nice. Yeah. Possibly someone who is very fair-minded, you know, possibly someone who is very smart. Things just come to them, and they've dealt with vain and vengeful spirits because things come to them. They're smart, you know, they have they're very inspirational, motivational, clarity of thought. You know, you'll want to be around this type of energy because you're not hearing about everything else. You know, you're not hearing about, oh, my ex this or the ex employees or the people that, you know, how you start a new job and you got to hear about the employee that you took their place. You got to hear that. Oh, because the person that was here before you came, you got to keep hearing all this. It's like, did they leave you the number so you can call and check? I mean, because that person went on to a whole nother job. They went to another job, you know, love interest, and went on to another relationship. They went into another life, and people are still talking about the same old stuff. Just obsessed. Obsessed. And the closer and closer we get to Pluto is going to be retrograde until I believe October 11th. It just gets stronger and stronger and stronger because some people are just have they're just that determined not to change, to be balanced out, and it won't help it. You can't help it because Pluto is restoring balance to Mother Earth. So here we have Golden Blanket. Yep, Golden Blanket. Trying to see what else we have here. Let's see what else we have here. So some people have exes, like ex-husbands, ex-wives, even some of your siblings you don't talk to anymore. Some people they constantly comparing themselves with you, you know. Other family members constantly comparing themselves. You're like, what in the world? Like, people you don't even talk to that you used to call friends constantly comparing themselves to you. People that you didn't even call friends constantly comparing themselves. Like, what is the problem? Divine abundance. But you were born to align with love's will and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. Yeah. So somebody's going all the way back to just kind of sort of believing in love again and finding out what you have in common with people and like what inspires and motivates you. So that's like when you go if you're going into a new job for somebody, where's the card? Yeah, because it's a new beginning. So if you're going into a new job or a new something that's a connection, a new relationship, like the start of something new, that's Ace of Pentacles here. Somebody is going in with the mindset of like, you know, love language. Where's the connection there? We have a connection with it. Let's start there, right? That's how some, speaking of fire, when we talk about spirituality and taking action, that's what fire is, like spirituality and taking action. That's how some people who are from different religious backgrounds have such a successful union because they focus on what they have in common. They're operating from a heart space. Instead of the differences. Well, why does this happen and why does that happen? They're operating from a heart space, saying, you know, yeah, if we're all talking about the Creator, you know, we're talking about love, like what's all the divisiveness? Like, what's all of that? What's going on here? Or like if we're in the same department, you know, at work. We all in the same department. Like, Why are people in the same department opposition? We all in the same family. Why is it such an opposition? Like, what is the problem? That's why I'm telling y'all. That's why some people just get in their boat and they just say, you know what? Let me just sail away from it. It's just so much backstabbing and talking about people behind their back. After a while, you sit around and listen to that long enough, that's when somebody's gonna start saying, that's why Aunt, Uncle, so and so moved away from the core group, because now it makes sense. That's why some jobs have a high turnover. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Relationships. I am surrounded by healthy, happy, peaceful people. I attract healthy relationships. I speak my truth. I listen to understand another's truth. I'm grateful for the genuine love in my life. I am supported by those who reveal my best qualities. I give love and receive love. I release attachment to all against my highest good. All. That's right, all. All against my highest good. All. A-L-L-A-L-L, all. I mean, for real, when you're trying to keep the peace within, you're trying to have balance within, all of that. No, no, and no. Let's see here. Yeah, so somebody's definitely saying you're not doing an injustice to yourself anymore. So here we have 222. I am balanced, and that's balance again, and then you got balance there and balance here, right? So trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and actions. I am balanced. Or say it, I am balanced. Balance. One thing about Libras, because they're ruled by Venus. Some of you all have check your birth chart, see if Libras in your birth chart. Is ruled by Venus. Sometimes because they're such a fair-minded sign, a romantic sign, such a fair-minded sign. We're not talking about any Libras that you know. We're just saying ruled by Venus, right? The dark side of Venus, because it's a feminine planet, it can be chaotic and confusing. It can also be a disruption of peace, vain and vengeful, green with envy, disruption of peace, right? And so sometimes you don't see it when it's happening to other people until you start to remember how it made you feel when it was happening to you. Especially when it's happening to a loved one. When you're just like, wow, why are people so jealous of a loved one who, somebody's just like, so anyway, that's what I'm saying for you. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you get some good pictures of that full moon. It's actually very beautiful. And I will see you all in the next reading. Bye.